What is going on out there, peeps? Okay, so as usual, man, I'm telling you, when it comes to gold and silver, I read probably a ton of things. Um, you know, I read a lot of articles. I watch a lot of YouTubes. I pay attention to a lot of people. Um, you know, just different ways to figure out how to really keep up on what's going on out there. Real quick, sorry, my phone was vibrating while I was trying to do the video, and I was trying to turn it off. Okay, so we're gonna get into this because this is important. This guy did a good video, and he made some perfect points about what it is you need to know about gold and silver. And when he said it, I was like, "Oh man, this guy is right on the money." Right on the money. People are like, "Well, Pimpy, where should I focus my attention on when it comes to investments?" I tell you guys all the time, man. Look, you should already set your goals. You should have however much dinar you're going to get, however much dong you're going to get. Right now, it's hard to get both of them, but you should be stacking silver as well as gold, okay? Quick reminder, everybody, we have Pimpy's Investment Chat. It is the same name as the YouTube channel. I will leave it a link in the description. I encourage you guys to come and join us. It's free to do so because we do talk about gold and silver in here. We also talk about foreign currency investments as well as cryptocurrencies, okay? So come join us. It's free to do so. This is the Hidden Things in Front of Your Eyes. This group here deals more with current events as well as things that you might consider a conspiracy. It's been around for quite a long time, this group. In here, we do talk about things like 9/11, false flag events, and the whole 9 yards. So come join us if you're into that kind of stuff because it might be a group that you like. So, anyways, this guy here, I broke up his video pretty good because I don't want to steal all of his content, but damn, he had a lot of good information. First of all, listen to what he says just coming out the gate because it's important.
So gold has received a lot of attention lately. This is hardly surprising, as Ray Dalio, who manages around $140 billion, has been talking about investing into gold for some time.
So, first and foremost, I told you guys, we seen these articles, and I showed you these articles in news reports, in which Wall Street comes out and says, stop panicking, stop buying gold and silver. And then we find out that they turn around and they took a memo and wrote it to their clients, their investors, and they told them, start buying gold and silver. And I said, see, that's why you can't trust what we're hearing in the media. Everybody knows what's going to happen. It's no secret. That's why right now it's really hard to find gold and silver. Okay? This man's telling you that a man who manages billions and billions of dollars is buying gold and silver. Everybody that's rich is buying gold and silver right now. Because whenever a financial crisis comes and the economy crashes, gold and silver is your safety net. But here's the kicker. I keep telling you guys that once in a lifetime, an event will come along in which not only will you be able to protect your wealth with gold and silver, but you'll actually be able to become wealthy off gold and silver. We are there now. So let me rewind it real quick because I want you to hear what he said again. Listen, it's important for you to hear this.
So gold has received a lot of attention lately. This is hardly surprising, as Ray Dalio, who manages around $140 billion, has been talking about investing into gold for some time.
$140 billion. They don't just talk about investing into gold. They invest in gold. All these hedge fund managers are now pushing a lot of their clients into gold and silver. Gold and silver is a great way to protect and preserve your wealth. It's very steady. The thing is, it responds to the market. So when the market is doing good, it usually goes down in value. When the market is doing bad, it goes up in value. You don't usually get really rich off gold and silver. But every now and then, when people know like what's coming is a huge market crash, how we're already in it, the gold and silver values will jump up. Okay? But if Trump does get us back to the gold standard, you can expect one of the biggest jumps in the values of both gold and silver. So here he's telling you one of the people that he idolizes that manages $140 billion is going to be buying more gold and silver. Now, we'll watch him explain the behavioral patterns of gold and silver real quick. Or what you need to know, it's important.
But here's something you probably don't know. Gold and silver actually have very different uses. Here we can see the uses for gold in 2019. And only 327 tons were used for industrial purposes.
So, look, you got a lot of it went into jewelry, obviously. That's a given. Okay, investment bullion bars, investment coins. These are people who are numismatic collectors. They're investment coins. Investment bullions are like your silver rounds, gold rounds, silver bars, gold bars. You notice how most of it is just people storing up on it. ETFs avoid anything like that. God, don't buy paper gold and silver. Hold physical gold and silver. This is how much was mined.
So even though gold was highly purchased during 2019, we can see that the vast majority of this came from two purposes. Number one, jewelry, and number two, investment. In fact, the industrial uses of gold are only around 12%. Let's compare this with silver. For silver, 33% is used for jewelry, 11% is for investments, and a whopping 56% is used for industrial purposes.
I told you, silver is second only to oil in industrial uses. The other issue about silver is it's a lot more scarce than gold is. People invest in it. You've seen this. Look how very little people are investing in the gold and silver. Silver. Silver always outperforms gold during crises. But let's finish what he's got to say and I'll show you.
As silver is used in things like solar energy, phones, and computers. So what does this mean? Well, if gold and silver are used as market hedges, in other words, they tend to excel during the tough times, then isn't it a concern that we might start using less silver if the market drops? If the market does crash, it's likely that people will buy less phones and computers, they may invest less into solar energy, and that means less demand for silver. So, is silver actually a good insurance policy?
Yes, and I'm going to show you. Let's skip ahead a little bit so that you guys are not sitting here listening to him ramble on about what we already know. He does have some good graphs, and he does talk about them, and I hope didn't just reset this whole video. I'm going to show you.
So gold has received a lot of attention lately.
Yeah, okay,
this
that's
is
what I did want. Okay, here it is, right here. I'm going to fast forward.
I'd like to say this video took a while to research, so if you could take a moment to like it, I'd really appreciate it.
Let's do that because I do.
So let's look at it. We know that gold does well in bad times, but what about silver? On the screen now, we can see a chart showing how gold and silver have reacted when the stock market has struggled. On the left are the dates of some of the stock market's worst times. The column next to it shows how much the American stock market dropped during these dates. The next column shows gold's price during these times. And finally, we have silver on the right.
Which is very, very interesting. So in 76, 78, the market dropped 19%, but gold shot up 53.8%. Silver went up 15.2%. Now, this is interesting to me because this is an anomaly. When the market crashes, gold and silver never crashes with it. There's something wrong here, and I need to look into this more because not only did it drop, but they dropped more than the market. There's something definitely fishy about this particular line. Here you can see in 87 when the market dropped 33%, gold went up 6%, and for some strange reason, silver dropped. Again, it's an anomaly. There's something weird here. Okay? Over here in 2009 when the market dropped 56%, gold went up 25% and silver only 1.1%. And this guy makes a point about this part that we're missing.
Looking at this, two things are clear. Number one, gold usually does very well in a stock market crash, with just a couple of exceptions. And number two, silver doesn't. In fact, silver increased on just 2 occasions and fell on the remaining 6.
That's misleading. Let's take a real look at how gold and silver perform. Because I already know this. Silver always always outperforms gold.
On the screen now, we can see a chart showing how gold and silver
Oh,
have reacted when the stock market has struggled. On the left are the dates of some of the stock market's worst times. Silver's increases, which came after. So let's take a deeper look. On the left, you can see a chart showing how gold fell 29% in 2008.
that's 7
On the
months.
right, you can see another chart, this time showing how silver crashed 57%.
So in 2008, during the same 7 month period, the gold fell. So gold's usually pretty consistent. It doesn't go up very high. It doesn't go down very much. Okay, it's consistent. You know what I mean? Where silver is very volatile. It either drops really low or goes up really high. And you're going to see this. So when gold and silver did both fall in the same month or same 7 month period, you can see that gold fell 29% only, where silver did fall 57.6. But watch.
Now on the left, you can see gold's price in the years after this crash. It increased 166%.
Over 3
On
years.
the right, you can also see silver's response gaining nearly 450%.
Okay, again, I told you, gold always outperforms silver. So what we're looking at here is 3 years after this 7 month mark. Gold increased 166% over a 3 year time. But just in a 2 year, 6 month period of time, silver jumped up 448.4%, and then it retracted. In other words, it has a market correction in which it dropped a little bit and then went back up and then started to come down again. The problem is, or I shouldn't say the problem is, now it's going up again. There's no ifs, ands, or but about it. Okay, so I think in this video he's going to say the same thing I just showed you. The point being, I was trying to tell you guys, there's a scarcity right now on gold and silver. Even like some of the most reliable websites that I go to buy gold and silver are hard. I was happy today, as usual. I got a phone call because I make a great relationships with my local gold and silver sellers locally. I go in there all the time. We shoot the shit. I have a good relationship. There's a reason why I take the time to talk to them, to meet with them, and then ask how they're doing, how their family is, because I want them to continue to remember who I am. So what happens is whenever something comes in, like a large shipment, they call me. They literally call me on the phone. So, today I was at home kicking back, and one of them called me up and said, "Hey, look we don't have anything very large, but we need to get something small in." And I was like, "Sweet." So, of course, I ran over and I picked it up. Now, you do got to do a little haggling on the price with your local dealers, but they're always going to be cheaper than you buying it off the internet. Not to mention you don't pay taxes if you just pay cash straight across, and you're not paying for shipping and handling, and you don't have to worry about anything getting lost in the mail. So I'm very happy about that. But anyways, the point being on this, and that is, look, gold is how you preserve and protect your wealth. But every now and then, you will in your lifetime, you will come across an opportunity in which you could become rich off gold and silver. That time is coming here shortly. When I start seeing billionaires all running over and they're trying to buy large amounts of gold and silver, that tells me, I don't care what they say, the stock market says, I don't care what Wall Street tells me, I don't care about none of that. So if you're going to be if you're one of those people who do invest in the Iraqi dinar and the Vietnam dong and cryptocurrencies, make sure that when a time comes and you have an opportunity to cash those in, you better make sure that you have already picked up your amount of gold and silver that you're going to need to protect that, because those things will crash. I just did a video showing you guys the lessons from Cyprus, what they did at Bellin, and they took everybody's money except for the insured amount. And I told people, look, I felt like that was some kind of practice run. Well, guess what? They just did it to Australia and they did it to India. That means it's coming here. Now, I already did a video. If you missed it, go in there, watch it again. I believe the video that I did, it says on there, "Didn't I Warn You?" was the name of the video. So if you go there to the video, you can see what I'm talking about. I do refer back to, look at it, more bank bail-ins. I warned you, more bail-ins happening. I told you it was coming. It's happening. So this is the reason why I don't hold money in my bank account. I don't have any IRAs. I don't have any stocks. Nothing like that. I told you, I cashed it all in and swapped it for physical gold and silver. That's because I don't trust the banks. They're going to take your money. So you need to go watch those videos so you can see what I'm talking about and learn from it, all right? Meanwhile, I like what this guy had to say in the charts that he had to use. Pay attention to what the billionaires are doing. They're buying gold and silver. You can see how they perform when markets crash. You can see which one outperforms the other. It's nice to have a mixture of both, but gold is a little bit on the expensive side, and most people can't afford gold. That's why I say it's okay. You should buy silver anyways. You should start stacking. All right, I hope that it works for you guys. If you could, please hit the like button. I like bringing this kind of type of information. Gold and silver is my favorite things to talk about most of all. I just don't do it enough. But anyways, nonetheless, if you're not a subscriber, please do so because it does help out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. All right, you guys, I'll catch you later. Bye.